Top Gun, the high-octane blockbuster that captured the spirit of the '80s and turned its stars into household names. But once the credits rolled and the cameras stopped, what became of those daring pilots and unforgettable characters? Did they ride the wave of success, or did life after Top Gun hit them harder than a crash landing? Today, we're taking off on a journey through time, exploring the lives of the Top Gun cast, then and now. From stunning transformations to shocking career twists, we'll reveal the stories Hollywood doesn't want you to hear. Did these stars continue to soar, or were they brought down by scandals, heartbreak, and the weight of fame? Get ready to uncover how Top Gun shaped their destinies, for better or worse. Some climbed to new heights while others vanished from the spotlight, or faced an even darker fate. Val Kilmer, a Hollywood maverick who soared, then fell. Val Kilmer, immortalized as the cool and calculating Tom "Iceman" Kazansky in Top Gun, 1986, once dazzled audiences with his swagger and undeniable talent. His icy rivalry with Maverick became the stuff of legend, cementing his status as one of the '80s most magnetic stars. But away from the cockpit, Kilmer's life played out like a gripping Hollywood epic, filled with triumph, turmoil, and tragedy. He soared to new heights with The Doors, 1991, and Batman Forever, 1995. But his reputation for intense method acting sparked whispers of tension on set. A perfectionist by nature, was Kilmer simply too demanding for Hollywood? Rumors painted him as both brilliant and difficult, while his private life remained equally intriguing. Divorced from actress Joanne Whalley, Kilmer balanced fatherhood and fame under an unforgiving spotlight. Then came the heartbreaking turn: throat cancer. Diagnosed in 2014, he underwent a tracheostomy, losing the voice that once captivated audiences. Fans held their breath when he returned in Top Gun: Maverick, 2022, delivering a silent yet powerful performance that echoed his real-life strength. Now cancer-free, Kilmer pours his energy into art and writing, embracing a spiritual path. But as he reflects on his journey, does he find peace in his quieter life, or long for the days when he ruled the screen? Tom Cruise, Hollywood's high-flying maverick, but at what price? Tom Cruise didn't just bring Maverick to life in Top Gun, 1986, he turned him into a legend. And unlike many stars of his era, Cruise didn't just stay in Hollywood, he conquered it. From the adrenaline-fueled Mission Impossible franchise to Oscar-worthy hits like Rain Man and Jerry Maguire, his career has been a masterclass in longevity. His triumphant return in Top Gun: Maverick, 2022, raked in over $1 billion worldwide, proving that he's more than just a relic of the past. But let's be honest, Cruise's journey has been anything but turbulence-free. His deep ties to Scientology have fueled endless speculation, keeping the tabloids in overdrive. Who could forget his infamous Oprah couch jump in 2005, or his outspoken views on psychiatry that left audiences divided? And then there was his highly publicized 2012 divorce from Katie Holmes. Many believe Scientology played a role. Was this just the price of being one of Hollywood's biggest stars? Today, Cruise remains as daring as ever, performing death-defying stunts that pushed the limits of age and endurance. His signature charm is still intact, though time has left its mark. While his personal life has taken a more private turn, he continues to defy expectations, both on and off the screen. But has his relentless pursuit of greatness come at a cost he can never outrun? Barry Tubb, the Wolfman's Flight in Top Gun, a legacy under fire. Barry Tubb may not have been the star of Top Gun, 1986, but as Leonard Wolfman Wolf, he was an essential part of the elite Navy squadron. Flying under the call sign Wolfman, he served as Hollywood's loyal Rio, radar intercept officer, standing by his side even during the film's nail-biting final battle against the MiG-28s. While Maverick and Iceman stole the spotlight, Tubbs' portrayal of a dependable, skilled pilot resonated with fans, cementing his place in the franchise's legacy. But what happened to Barry Tubb after Top Gun? Though he built a respectable career with roles in Mask, 1985, The Legend of Billie Jean, 1985, and TV hits like Lonesome Dove and Friday Night Lights, he never reached the Hollywood heights of his Top Gun co-stars. However, the franchise never quite left him behind, especially in 2022, when he filed a lawsuit against Paramount Pictures. Tubb claimed his image from a behind-the-scenes shot in the original film was altered and used in Top Gun Maverick without his permission, a move he felt tarnished his legacy. Off-screen, Tubb has led a relatively quiet life, avoiding the scandals that often follow Hollywood stars. But is this lawsuit a long overdue fight for recognition, or the sign of deeper frustrations? Fans are left wondering, did Top Gun propel Tubb's career forward, or was it merely a footnote? And why take legal action decades later? Tom Skerritt, the man behind Wiper, a legacy beyond Top Gun. After Top Gun, 1986, Tom Skerritt, who brought the seasoned and steadfast Commander Mike Viper Metcalf to life, continued building an impressive career, though in a quieter way compared to his high-flying co-stars. As Maverick's mentor, Viper was more than just a commanding officer. He was the steady hand that guided the reckless young pilot, offering hard truths about his father. Skerritt's portrayal of a battle-tested veteran gave Top Gun its emotional core, making his presence just as crucial as the action in the skies. In the years that followed, Skerritt became known for playing wise, authoritative figures, with standout roles in Alien, 1979, and A River Runs Through It, 1992. He transitioned seamlessly into television, starring in Picket Fences, 1992 to 1996, a role that won him an Emmy. Unlike many of his Top Gun co-stars, Skerritt never sought the Hollywood limelight, keeping both his career and personal life remarkably private. But his journey wasn't always smooth sailing. While respected in Hollywood, Skerritt's legacy remains tied to Top Gun, with fans still revisiting his wisdom as Viper. Yet, behind the scenes, did he wrestle with the weight of that role, just as other 80s stars struggled with fame? Could there be a side to Viper's legacy that remains untold? In recent years, Skerritt has chosen smaller films and television projects, embracing a more dignified career path. But does he look back at Top Gun as the defining moment of his career, or was it just one chapter in a broader, quieter legacy? And what about Viper's fateful conversation with Maverick about Duke Mitchell's death? Fans still wonder. Rick Rossovich, from Top Gun stardom to a quiet life in Sweden. Rick Rossovich will always be remembered as Lieutenant Ron Slider Kerner, the cocky yet fiercely loyal wingman to Val Kilmer's Iceman in Top Gun, 1986. With sharp flying skills and an even sharper attitude, Slider played a crucial role in the film's high-stakes final battle, helping take down a MiG-28 and securing his place in Top Gun history. Though Rossovich didn't reprise his role in Top Gun Maverick 2022, he has fondly reflected on his time as Slider, imagining his character settling into civilian life as a commercial airline pilot after his Navy days. After Top Gun, Rossovich's career may not have skyrocketed like Tom Cruise's, but he remained a familiar face in Hollywood. He starred in Roxanne, 1987, alongside Steve Martin, and took on action-packed roles in Navy SEALs, 1990. Television also played a key part in his career, with appearances on ER and a leading role in the late 90s police drama Pacific Blue. However, after years in the industry, Rossovich made a surprising choice. He stepped away from Hollywood and moved to Sweden, embracing a quieter, family-focused life away from the spotlight. Today, Rossovich looks back on his Top Gun days with pride, even though he opted for a more private path. While he may not have reached the same level of fame as some of his co-stars, his role as Slider remains a key part of the Top Gun legacy. A character who, much like Rossovich himself, left Hollywood on his own terms, but will never be forgotten. Anthony Edwards, from Top Gun's Goose to Hollywood's most beloved hero. Anthony Edwards stole hearts as Lieutenant Nick "Goose" Bradshaw, the loyal and easygoing radar intercept officer in Top Gun, 1986. As Maverick's trusted co-pilot and voice of reason, Goose brought warmth and humor to the film, offering a perfect contrast to Tom Cruise's daring, risk-taking pilot. More than just comic relief, Goose was the heart of the story, a devoted family man whose tragic death became one of the most unforgettable moments in cinematic history, forever shaping Maverick's journey. After Top Gun, Edwards found his greatest success on television, stepping into the role of Dr. Mark Green on ER, 1994 to 2002. As the compassionate, dedicated doctor, he became one of the most recognizable faces in TV history, earning critical acclaim for his moving performances. While he appeared in films like Reckless, 1984, and Pet Sematary 2, 1992, it was his work on ER that cemented his legacy as one of television's most beloved stars. Unlike some of his Top Gun co-stars, Edwards steered clear of Hollywood scandals, keeping his personal life largely private. He has spoken candidly about the pressures of fame, especially during his ER years, and has since stepped back from the spotlight. Though his appearances are now rare, fans still hold a deep affection for the man who brought Goose to life, forever the heart and soul of Top Gun. Carol Bradshaw, Meg Ryan's enduring legacy. Beyond Top Gun, Meg Ryan's portrayal of Carol Bradshaw in Top Gun 1986 may not have been the flashiest role, but it was undeniably essential. As the devoted wife of Nick "Goose" Bradshaw, Carol brought warmth and authenticity to the film, grounding the high-octane action with her heartfelt presence. Her tender moments, especially as a mother to young Bradley after Goose's tragic death, gave Top Gun an emotional core. Just 24 at the time, Ryan's performance, though brief, added a depth that made audiences feel the weight of loss and resilience. In the years that followed, Ryan became the undisputed queen of romantic comedies, charming audiences in When Harry Met Sally, 1989, Sleepless in Seattle, 1993, and You've Got Mail, 1998. With her signature blend of wit and vulnerability, she became America's sweetheart, beloved for her effortless charm. But as Hollywood's tastes changed, so did Ryan's trajectory. She eventually stepped away from the spotlight, prioritizing her personal life and later trying her hand at directing with Ithaca, 2015, though it didn't reignite her career in a major way. Like many stars who've graced the silver screen, Ryan hasn't escaped media scrutiny. Speculation over her changing appearance has made headlines, though she has remained largely private on the topic. Still, she's spoken openly about embracing life's next chapters, valuing wisdom over chasing youth. Her personal journey, including her high-profile relationships and the adoption of her daughter Daisy True from China, has been largely out of the public eye in recent years. Though she no longer dominates Hollywood the way she once did, Ryan's impact remains undeniable. Hollywood, Lieutenant Rick Nevin, Whip Hubley's life after Top Gun. Whip Hubley's turn as Lieutenant Rick Hollywood Nevin in Top Gun, 1986, made him a standout in the film's elite squadron. With his mix of confidence and skill, Hollywood embodied the competitive, adrenaline-fueled spirit of the Navy's best pilots. Though he brought charm and charisma to the screen, Hubley's post-Top Gun career never quite reached the same heights as co-stars like Tom Cruise or Val Kilmer. Following his time in the danger zone, Hubley took on roles in television and film, making appearances in Further Tales of the City, 2001, and guest starring on CSI Miami. While these projects kept him in the industry, none brought him the same level of recognition as his role in Top Gun. He also took on smaller parts in films like Drones, 2013, but over time his presence in Hollywood began to fade. Rather than chase the spotlight, Hubley chose a different path, one centered on family and a quieter way of life. He married Dinah Minot, a former Saturday Night Live producer, in 1988, and together they raised 3 children. Instead of the Hollywood fast lane, he settled into a life in Santa Monica, California, working in construction and staying away from the glare of fame. Unlike many of his Top Gun peers, Hubley has avoided social media, embracing a world far removed from the industry's pressures. While he may not have remained in the public eye, Hubley's decision to step away from Hollywood was a choice, not a failure. His legacy in Top Gun still endures, but these days he seems perfectly content with a life that values privacy, family, and a sense of fulfillment beyond the big screen. Lieutenant Commander Rick Jester, Heatherly, Michael Ironside's journey beyond Top Gun. Michael Ironside's portrayal of Lieutenant Commander Rick Jester Heatherly in Top Gun 1986 left a lasting impact thanks to his tough, no-nonsense demeanor as an elite flight instructor. With his sharp delivery and commanding presence, Ironside made Jester more than just a mentor. He became a formidable force, shaping the next generation of fighter pilots. This role would set the tone for much of his career, solidifying his reputation as Hollywood's go-to tough guy. Following Top Gun, Ironside carved out a successful path in Hollywood, becoming a familiar face in action and sci-fi films. He delivered unforgettable performances in Total Recall, 1990, Free Willy, 1993, and Starship Troopers, 1997, along with roles in X-Men First Class, 2011. His deep, gravelly voice also made him a sought-after talent in animation, lending his voice to characters in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2016, and other popular series. Across multiple genres, he thrived as a character actor who brought intensity and authority to every role. Despite his enduring popularity, Ironside's connection to the Top Gun franchise came to an unexpected halt. After turning down a project from producer Jerry Bruckheimer years ago, tensions arose, leading to Ironside's absence from Top Gun: Maverick, 2022. In interviews, he acknowledged that this fallout likely cost him the chance to reprise his role, despite fans hoping to see Jester return. Through the years, Ironside has remained a steady presence in television and voice acting, continuously taking on roles that fit his signature style. While he never reached the A-list status of Top Gun stars like Tom Cruise, he built a respected career that has stood the test of time. His private life, much like his professional one, has remained low-key, with no scandals overshadowing his impressive body of work. Ironside's journey is a testament to resilience in a constantly shifting industry, proving that sometimes the most enduring legacies belong to the actors who embrace their strengths and keep moving forward. Linda Ray Juergens, a quiet legacy beyond Top Gun. Though her time on screen was brief, Linda Ray Juergens left a lasting impression as Mrs. Metcalf, the devoted wife of Commander Mike "Viper" Metcalf in Top Gun, 1986. While she wasn't in the spotlight like some of her co-stars, Juergens was part of a film that became a cultural phenomenon. Her role, though small, added to the authenticity of the movie's military world, helping shape the dynamic that made Top Gun an enduring classic. Following Top Gun, Juergens continued acting, taking on smaller roles in both film and television. One of her most notable projects was the 1988 TV series Probe, and decades later, she returned to the screen in The Unhealer, 2020. Though she never reached A-list status, she maintained a steady career, balancing acting with stunt work and proving her versatility in the industry. Born on December 18, 1946 in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Juergens found happiness outside of Hollywood when she married Ronald James Garland in 1988. Unlike many in the industry, she chose to keep her personal life away from the spotlight, steering clear of media attention and controversies. This preference for privacy allowed her to embrace a quieter existence, far from the glare of Hollywood fame. Though she could have sought more recognition for her connection to Top Gun, Juergens instead focused on a life beyond the silver screen. While her name may not be instantly recognizable, Her contribution to one of the most iconic films of the 1980s remains a part of cinema history. Clarence Gilliard Jr., a Hollywood star who found his true calling. Clarence Gilliard Jr. made a name for himself in the 1980s and 90s with unforgettable roles in Top Gun, 1986, as Sundown, Die Hard, 1988, as Theo and Walker, Texas Ranger, 1993 to 2001, as Jimmy Trivette. With his charm, talent, and natural screen presence, he became a familiar face in action-packed films and television shows. But despite his Hollywood success, Gilliard felt a deeper calling, one that led him away from the spotlight and into the world of education. In 2006, Gilliard stepped back from acting to become a theater professor at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. This new chapter in his life allowed him to share his passion for storytelling with aspiring actors, mentoring them as they pursued their dreams. At the same time, he embraced his Catholic faith, finding strength and purpose after struggling with personal challenges, including alcohol and sexual addiction. He viewed his work in education as an extension of his faith, calling it a form of prayer that allowed him to make a meaningful impact. Though he largely left Hollywood behind, Gilliard occasionally returned for special projects, including a 2021 Die Hard commercial that delighted longtime fans. Sadly, he passed away in 2022 at the age of 66, but his legacy lives on. His journey, from celebrated actor to dedicated educator and mentor, serves as an inspiring reminder that true success isn't just about fame, but about the lives we touch along the way. James Tolkan, the tough guy with a theatrical soul. With his sharp stare and commanding voice, James Tolkan made an unforgettable impression as Commander Stinger in Top Gun, 1986, cementing his reputation as one of Hollywood's go-to tough guys. Audiences also recognized him as the no-nonsense Principal Strickland in Back to the Future, a role that only reinforced his image as a strict authority figure. But while Tolkan's Hollywood performances made him a familiar face, his heart always belonged to the stage, where he thrived in productions like Glengarry Glen Ross and Wait Until Dark, allowing his true acting talents to shine. Tolkan's journey to stardom was anything but typical. Before finding his calling, he served in the U.S. Navy, drove cattle trucks, and reconnected with his estranged father. With just $75 in his pocket, he made his way to New York, determined to follow his dream. He studied theater at the University of Iowa and, through sheer determination, eventually earned a place on Broadway, proving that talent and perseverance could open doors. Despite his success in Top Gun and Back to the Future, Tolkan never fully embraced Hollywood. He found greater fulfillment in the raw energy of live theater, but still looked back fondly on his film work, praising co-stars like Tom Cruise for their dedication. Now in his 90s, Tolkan enjoys a quieter life, reflecting on a career that took him from humble beginnings to a respected presence in both film and theater. Adrian Pasdar, from Top Gun rookie to television star. Though his time on screen was brief, Adrian Pasdar made a mark as Lieutenant Charles Chipper in Top Gun, 1986. Audiences may recall him as one of the eager young aviators at the graduation ceremony, curiously asking Sundown about Maverick's whereabouts. At just 21 years old, Pasdar brought fresh energy to the film, blending seamlessly into the dynamic world of elite fighter pilots. While Top Gun was only a small chapter in his career, his role remains a lasting part of the film's cultural legacy. However, it was television, not the big screen, that truly made him a household name. Pasdar found his stride in the 2000s, most notably as Nathan Petrelli in Heroes, a role that catapulted him into mainstream recognition. Though he didn't maintain leading man status like some of his co-stars, he stayed active in Hollywood with supporting roles and voice acting, lending his talents to various Marvel animated series. His distinctive voice and strong screen presence kept him in demand, even as his on-screen roles became less frequent. Off-screen, Pasdar's personal life often made headlines. particularly his marriage to Dixie Chicks lead singer Natalie Maines. Their two-decade-long relationship ended in a highly publicized divorce in 2017, drawing media attention over financial disputes. Despite personal and professional ups and downs, Pasdar has remained a resilient figure in Hollywood, continuing to carve out his place in the entertainment world. John Stockwell. From Top Gun wingman to acclaimed filmmaker, John Stockwell may have had a brief role in Top Gun, 1986, but his portrayal of Lieutenant Bill Cougar Cortell left a lasting impact. As Maverick's shaken wingman, Cougar's harrowing encounter with a MiG and his decision to walk away from flying added emotional weight to the film's tense opening sequence. Though his time on screen was short, Stockwell delivered a performance that underscored the intense pressures faced by naval aviators. Following Top Gun, Stockwell shifted his focus from acting to directing and writing, a transition that proved highly successful. His work behind the camera led to critically praised films like Cheaters, 2000, Crazy Beautiful, 2001, and Blue Crush, 2002. With a keen eye for character-driven storytelling, Stockwell carved out a niche for himself in Hollywood, bringing emotional depth to his projects while staying out of the limelight. Unlike many of his Top Gun co-stars, Stockwell chose a quieter path, preferring creative work over fame. Today, he continues to explore filmmaking at his own pace. Tim Robbins. From Top Gun to Hollywood legend and passionate activist. Long before Tim Robbins became synonymous with The Shawshank Redemption, 1994, he was carving out his place in Hollywood with smaller but memorable roles. One of these early appearances was in Top Gun, 1986, where he played Lieutenant Sam Merlin Wells, the Radar Intercept Officer, RIO, to Lieutenant Bill Cougar Cortell. While his role in the high-flying blockbuster wasn't his big break, it was a stepping stone on his path to stardom. After Top Gun, Robbins' career soared with acclaimed performances in Dead Man Walking, 1995, which he also directed, and Mystic River, 2003, which earned him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Beyond acting, Robbins became a dedicated activist, speaking out on human rights, war, and environmental issues. Though his views sometimes sparked controversy, his talent and commitment to his craft remained undeniable. His personal life also drew public attention, especially his longtime relationship with actress Susan Sarandon, with whom he shares 2 children. After 23 years together, the couple separated in 2009. Robbins later married Graciela Brancusi, but their union ended in 2021. Despite these high-profile relationships, he has largely kept his private life out of the spotlight, focusing instead on his creative projects and advocacy work. Tim Robbins' career is a testament to both his artistic brilliance and his unwavering dedication to social causes. His ability to balance Hollywood success with activism has made him one of the industry's most respected and influential figures. Charlotte Blackwood's untold story, Kelly McGillis's journey beyond Top Gun. Kelly McGillis became a household name with her unforgettable role as Charlotte "Charlie" Blackwood, the confident flight instructor who captured Maverick's heart in Top Gun, 1986. The film launched her into stardom, but McGillis's path after Hollywood's bright lights tells a story of resilience and transformation. Rather than chase blockbuster fame, she turned her focus to theater and independent films, embracing a quieter, more meaningful artistic journey. Though she never reached the same level of mainstream success, the battles she faced off-screen were far more profound. McGillis endured harrowing personal struggles, including a violent attack and a difficult battle with substance abuse. Determined to heal, she sought therapy, embraced sobriety, and, in 2009, courageously came out as a lesbian, an announcement that surprised many given her past marriages. When Top Gun Maverick 2022 was released, McGillis was notably absent, but she remained unbothered, speaking openly about Hollywood's ageism and her choice to prioritize her well-being over industry expectations. As we bid farewell to the legendary Top Gun cast, it's a reminder that their journeys didn't stop when the cameras did. Hollywood is a place of dazzling triumphs and crushing downfalls, where fame can turn dreams into legends or nightmares. But what about the stars we grew up watching? The familiar faces that once filled our screens and shaped our childhood memories. In our next video, we'll take you on a nostalgic trip through the lives of beloved childhood stars, their rapid rise to fame, the struggles they hid from the world, and the secrets they never thought would come to light. From heartbreaking losses to stunning revelations about the industry, these stories will change the way you see Hollywood forever. Are you ready to uncover the untold scandals and bittersweet legacies of the stars who defined a generation? Stay tuned. The truth behind the Hollywood dream is more shocking than you ever imagined.